fellow travelers, and welcome to another episode right here on your channel, The Solo Traveler. I'm in Madrid, Spain. I got in yesterday, but I was exhausted. It was such a long flight, such a long day. But today, I'm going to go check out a couple of spots like El Prado Museum, El Retiro Park. Then I'm going to go to some of the markets in Madrid that I'm known for tapas and wine. Can't wait for that. And then I'm going to conclude with some tips based on my experience here in Madrid. And I want you all to join me. All right, are you all ready? Let's do this. Welcome to our first stop. This is Retiro Park. It's pretty much the central park of Madrid. It is way too big to explore in one day. It's humongous. Nevertheless, it took me about 20-25 minutes to get here. I took the subway. It's very easy to get here from anywhere in the city. All right, with that being said, let's go and check it out. All right, so that'll do it for El Retiro Park. It's now time to go and visit the Prado Museum. All right, so here we are right in front of El Prado National Museum. This is a must-see. It's very well known internationally, but if you love museums like me, you love arts, then this is a place to come. All right, let's get inside. All right, I'm done here at Prado Museum. They have a strict policy against video photography, so I couldn't do either. You just have to take my word for it. It is the museum of art. It's incredible, the work here. From Caravaggio, Goya, Poussin, you name it, it's all in here. So can't miss this, especially if you're an art lover. If you come to Madrid, it's unbelievable. And you can spend easily 3-4 hours in there just admiring all the work. It's unbelievable, no words. All right, with all that being said, I'm actually starving. It's time to eat something. And I can't wait to have some tapas and wine. I can't even think right now. All right, let's go eat. I just got off the bus. Smooth ride. Not really a lot of traffic, especially given the time that it is, but you know, it is. I'll take it. It is what it is. I'm not going to argue with it. The bus ride, the route, is nice. Felt really comfortable. However, the driver was a grumpy old man. Got into arguments with a lot of people, passengers, other drivers, and this guy was on a mission.
I make this motherfucker bad. Puli suelta, media loca, baila choca. I make this motherfucker bad. Rebel y grites, dángale. Bandidos en la noche, yo quemando aquí. Ven acá, suelte mami, así me gusta sofocar. 7 copas, una juca tequila. Sal y perrear. No tienes vergüenza, mami. Baby, quiero ser el río de tu Tokio. Chingamos en la casa de papel sin negocio. Esta vida nunca se acaba la fiesta. Comiéndote todo el día que se joda esa dieta. I tell that sucker, yeah. I tell that sucker, I make this motherfucker bad. Puli suelta, media loca, baila choca. I make this motherfucker bad. Rebel y grites, dángale. Bandidos en la noche, yo quemando aquí. Ven acá, suelte mami, así me gusta sofocar. 7 copas, una juca tequila. Sal, perrear. Sal. No tienes vergüenza, mami. Sal. Ajá, no tienes vergüenza, mami.
I got the fattest ass in Queens.
Hello again, solo travelers. I'm back, and I'm back home. First, thank you all for watching, for sticking around to this point. I hope the video inspired all of you to visit Spain. It is a beautiful, beautiful country, very good people. The city of Madrid is amazing. I have to go back, and I'm already making plans to go back soon. So stick around for that. Anyhow, as I promised, I am going to share some tips based on my personal experience, things that I saw, things that I had to go through, and I just hope that these tips, they make your trip more enjoyable and a lot easier. All right, without further ado, here are some tips. I have them all on my screen here just to make sure I don't forget anything. So get in there. It depends on where you live. Iberia is their national airline. So if you live in a major city like London, New York, Miami, then you probably have a direct flight. So that's the easy part. Now, next tip. If you've been to Spain, maybe right after the pandemic or, maybe 2022, you had to complete a form. A health form. Well, that's no longer the case. As of September 2022, the health form is no longer required for anybody before entering Spain. So that's the good news right there. Next tip, as you're packing, please don't forget one of these. This is called an international plug adapter. And as you can see, it has plugs for pretty much all continents, if you ask me. This is, Latin America, the US. There's another one here right in the middle. You can get these on Amazon. This is why I got this one, and believe me, this comes in handy. You get to your hotel room or to the apartment, wherever you're staying, and you're like, oh, I got to charge my phone, and you're like, oh, damn. So don't forget one of these, okay? It's an international plug adapter. Get on Amazon or something. Anyhow, when you get there, the Wi-Fi at the airport is pretty decent. So you don't have to worry about being out of touch or not being able to access the internet or to get an Uber ride. Now, speaking about Uber, I have to talk about the public transportation system over there. It is magnificent, even right out of the airport. You can take the subway right into the city. It's easy to get around. Now, I was able to get an unlimited, this is a card that I used while I was over there. This is, unlimited pass for all public transportation, okay, buses and trains. So don't forget to get one of these when you get to the airport. And I highly, highly recommend you give public transportation a try. It is very safe. Stations are clean and very, very efficient. Okay. Next one, if you when you get there and or as you're looking for a place to stay, try to stay around Retiro Park. This is because it's pretty central. You can walk anywhere from that area. Everything is within minutes, even subway stations or bus stations, okay? Now, I ran into a little problem, and this is my next tip. Pay attention, because this is a good one. Like me, if you fly in too early, you know sometimes you cannot check in until 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And, it's 7:30 and you're landing there. Well, that's going to be a problem, right? I was lucky enough to find out about Locker in the City. I am leaving I'm leaving the link in the description for all of you. And basically what you do is you go into Locker in the City, you rent a locker, whatever size you need for your luggage. You go in there, you get your code, once you make your payment, you get the address or combination code. You go in there, drop off of your luggage, and it's very safe. It's very safe. I used it. And so you going about your business, walk around, and then come back when it's time for you to check in and, just grab your stuff and you're done. Okay. That was very, very helpful because I had a big luggage. So that was not going to be fun walking around with that. All right. So it's called Locker in the City. The link is in the description below. Now, I mentioned earlier that, for you to stay around Retiro Park, because everything is within walking distance. And believe me, my next tip is you'll be walking a lot. Bring comfortable clothing, especially shoes. Okay. It's a lot to see, a lot to, but everything is like within walking distance. I walked a lot. So, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but bring comfortable shoes. Okay. Speaking of walking around and seeing everything, that's my next tip. Do not try to see everything. There is a lot to see. There's a lot to do. Don't overwhelm yourself with trying to, have this like agenda of 20 places you have to go see during the day. Improvise. Believe me, you're going to be distracted by something as you're walking around. Just be open, be flexible to just go into any bar or any restaurant or anywhere, or just decide to just get in the subway or public transportation, go to the other side of town. Who knows? But just don't try to see everything. What I do is I pick like 3 places that I want to go see. That's it. Everything is improvised. So, I could be, okay, I'm done and it's noon. All right, what am I, I got to find something else to do. So that's when you improvise. But don't try to see everything. Don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Speaking of walking around, my next tip is to bring sunblock, especially if you go between May and October. It gets hot. It gets really hot. And, as I mentioned, you're going to be walking around a lot. If you go maybe from November to February, March, then you might want to bring a sweater or a jacket. But don't forget the sunblock, especially for the summer, okay? My next tip is I could say it's an obvious one, but, if you speak Spanish, it helps. locals, maybe they can speak English or not. I really don't know. I speak Spanish. I'm fluent, so I didn't have that issue. But a lot of people, they speak English, but just don't rely on it. A little Spanish, can go a long way. This one, the next tip. This is a little embarrassing for me to say. If you are thinking of flying drones in Madrid, like I did, don't. You just saw that footage of Retiro Park when I was there. I was flying my drone in the middle of the park. And, I did capture some footage, which was nice. You saw the footage from the park. But I got to tell you, I had a couple of cops approach me. They pinpointed my location because my cell phone was connected to the drone. And they came right at me. And, I had to land it. I got in trouble, but nothing major, okay? So, no drones in Madrid. Now, my next one, you got to try the nightlife. It's just too much to, to go check out. But I got to tell you, some bars are just amazing. Some club, and then the people, they're fun. Everybody's fun. But there's a couple of bars, cafes that have activities at night, dancing or music or whatever. And everybody's just fun. Everyone is just fun. It's a good vibe. All ages. It was mixed crowd, which is what I like. But just give the nightlife a try, okay? Now, this one, and this is to conclude. The next one is one that just surprised me. But wine is cheaper than water. You heard me right. Wine is cheaper than water. A friend of mine told me this before I went to Madrid, and I thought he was just joking. I thought he was messing with me, but that's true. The wine is cheaper than water. This is due to Madrid's geography and isolation because it's surrounded by farms, a lot of vineyards, olive farms, you name it. It's just a lot of food and a lot of wines are produced right outside of Madrid. It's a lot of it is made. It's everywhere. Wine is just flying all over the place. Okay. Anyhow, that'll be it for this video. Thank you again for your support, for watching, for sticking around. And again, I hope that I inspired all of you to go visit Spain or Madrid specifically. It's just an amazing city. It's too much to say, okay? If you have any additional tips, questions, comments, please use the comments section below, and I will answer all the comments or any questions that you'll have, okay? Thank you again, and as always, safe travels, my friends.